Wow, bravo!
In 1959, 9 Soviet hikers set off to the Ural Mountains for a skiing expedition. They established a camp on a slope of a mountain, but overnight something caused them to cut their way out of the tent and flee the campsite while being completely undressed for sub-zero temperatures. The investigation concluded that a compelling natural force had caused the death of 9 hikers, and the tragedy still remains one of the biggest mysteries of 20th century. We decided to head to the Dyatlov Pass at the same dates when the tragedy happened 65 years ago, February 2nd. Little did we know what was about to happen to us. Hello from Ukhta city, the Komi Republic of Russia. Yeah, behind me there is a huge Lenin head. Also, here I'm waiting for some very special people to join me, and those are some of the viewers of my channel. I announced this trip, several people wanted to join, and now they are arriving here from different parts of the world. I'm super excited to meet them. Meanwhile, let's explore Ukhta. Ukhta city isn't a popular tourist destination, but it's an important transportation hub in the north of Russia, and historically, this was the very first place in the country where oil was found and where oil production began in Russia. In 1929, the first Soviet geological expedition arrived here in the north, and this is well number 1, Russia's first oil well. Ukhta is the motherland of Russian oil, basically. It is oil that gave rise for development of Ukhta settlement and the Komi Republic overall. Back then, Ukhta was a small settlement named Chibyu, and a gulag was created here for further exploration of the northern lands and oil by means of prisoners' labor. That's how the city grew and developed, and most of the buildings that you see now were also built by prisoners. But let's learn more about locals that live here now. Komi Republic is home to Komi people. Komi is one of the ethnic groups living in the Urals region that belongs to Finno-Ugric peoples, and this is their traditional dish named shanga. Komi way to make it is to use rye flour and to make a very thin dough. Really good. I enjoyed some Komi pies, and it was time to meet my group and to give them some food as well. We have a very international lunch. We have Russia, New Zealand, France, the US, and a historical moment here, an American eating borscht for the first time.
It's awesome. Okay, here.
We arrived to the village Yeremeyevo. Basically, this is the end of the road. There is no more road. This is the very deepest of Russia, and here are the people from all over the world.
I decided to come out here just to experience Russia a little bit and learn about a different culture. It's very surreal. Feels like we're at the end of the world.
Aiden got here, and by here I mean in the middle of nowhere in this deepest of Russia, from New Zealand.
I was young, bored, too much money from mining in Australia, Western Australia, and I made my decisions. I decided to come to Russia, and it's very good. I like the people, the culture, the nature, vodka.
Comment ça va?
Ça va très bien et toi?
Прекрасная баня.
I love Russian banya. I think this was my favorite part of the day, honestly. Banya after the cold 7-hour snowmobile ride in the forest. It's just what we needed.
By the way, Alexandra or Sasha is half Russian, half American.
So I ended up in Russia around a year and a few months ago because I wanted to try living in Russia in Moscow, and that's also why I started a YouTube channel as well, partly inspired by Ellie herself, and it's called Sasha Meets Russia, and so I'm also here to film my experience. So that's what I wanted to actually do and try at least for a year. It's been over a year now, I'm still here, so clearly I'm liking it a lot.
Повернись.
It's local from this area. I drink. I finish this and I drink.
In Moscow, people doesn't know that there are some people in Russia that can drink blood. In the northern nation, they can drink deer blood. Really. I mean, really. You guessed.
No.
In Yakutia, they eat, let's say, a young horse raw meat. It's deer meat. Northern deer.
Deer meat.
Yes.
Like Italian ham.
Take more. Feel the taste.
Tastes like deer.
Many-Pupunyor and the Dyatlov Pass are one of the most inaccessible places of Russia. And we found out why. On our way to the plateau, it was about -30°C, we got in a snowstorm, and our equipment started to let us down. We need to call the spirits of fixing snowmobile. Many-Pupunyor means small mountain of idols from the Mansi language. Some scientists say that these pillars are remnants of the Ural mountains that were cut in this form by wind and natural forces. There are also supporters of the version that these idols are man-made and belong to a period of an ancient civilization that lived million years ago before us. We got in the shelter, but not the whole group. Only 3 of us, because 2 snowmobiles are stuck. It's impossible to start them, so other members of the group are left in a very, very strong storm, and other guys are left in this storm waiting for rescue. Travel with Ellie from Russia.
Highly recommend. 10 out of 10.
5 stars out of 5 on Airbnb.
Can you feel it? Oh yes.
Almost.
Ellie, let's say
God.
maybe one.
Oi. Oi.
Frostbite.
All of them are alive eventually.
Cold, windy. Very cold, very windy.
What did you do?
We went and got the 4 remaining snowmobiles. A little frost nip, hopefully.
О, как хорошо-то вот посреди пурги. Когда второй снегоход заглох. Ой.
Прием. Day number 4. We were supposed to go to the Dyatlov Pass, but in the morning our guide Alexei and 2 other members went for researching the area. They were supposed to be back in 2 hours, but now it's already 5 p.m, very dark, and we're just worried about them. I hope they're fine and they don't answer the walkie-talkie.
What do you need, Aiden?
Well,
While we were waiting for our guys that went to the Dyatlov Pass, our worried minds started to imagine the worst things that could happen to them. But what actually happened in 1959? 9 athletes, most of whom were university students led by Igor Dyatlov, set off on a trip to ski 300 kilometers to receive Grade 3 hiker certification upon their return. On the night between February 1st and 2nd, something caused them to flee their tent without shoes and warm clothes. The investigation stated that 6 travelers had died from hypothermia, while other 3 had been killed by a physical trauma. There are numerous theories that try to explain their death. It might have been that indigenous Mansi people had attacked and murdered the group for crossing their sacred lands. Or maybe it was an animal attack. Other version claims that there were secret Soviet military laboratory tests that killed them. Moreover, one of the members was an engineer in a closed military city where nuclear weapons were produced, and they say that foreign intelligence services had been hunting for him for a long time. His body was found completely undressed, while his neatly cut clothes lay nearby. The last version that was put forward several years ago is that an avalanche killed the hikers. However, there are too many controversial details about that, and the silent peak of Mount Khalachakhl still keeps the secret. Interestingly, the name of this mountain is translated from the Mansi language as Dead Man's Mountain, and Mansi avoided going there. 7 p.m. we ran out of water and are about to melt snow that we gathered around here. Survival mode on.
You've been there! Where were you?
In Dyatlov Pass!
No way! How was it? Was it? Oh my god.
Survivors are here. They're back. Osvin, where have you been? It's 10 p.m. now. They're back. Tell about your adventures.
I've been to 3 different regions of Russia in one day. It was really cool going down kind of the side of the mountain in the sun, and you see all the colors and you can see forever. There was no road, and so we had to make one by driving through the snow. And the snow's like, I don't know, like a meter deep. If you lean too far one way, like you just sink into the snow. and then that's when the shoveling begins.
Did you expect to have this experience in Russia?
No. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I think Russia is a very beautiful place. I didn't even realize the natural beauty. It was amazing. So it's just like you're out there seeing nature. Doing something like this just feels very unique and inspiring.
You need to a little bit relax because when we go down, there will be a road.
Такой, да. А потом добавить.
Have you tried Atropa?
Today's the day to go back. I'm happy that everyone is alive, but everyone has frostbites. How does oh, sorry!
I was like almost so cold that my head was almost exploding. But now I spent one day almost at home, so I'm okay.
It was a lot harder than I thought. 350 k's on a snowmobile, New Zealand standards, no worries. No, I was very wrong. It was much more difficult than I expected.
It's okay, we have frostbite, but I think I can face more than that.
Well, it's been brutal, but I think it has also been worth it. Destination that much sweeter when you actually see it, like Manpupunyor. I mean, we went through so much to see it, so it made it like even more special.
Guys, I put you through the worst things so that you appreciate every tiniest thing in your life, like a bathroom, like warm.
This morning, Ellie and I went to the bathroom together, and we could not even see the way, and the bathroom was like frozen. Thank you, Ellie, for giving me this life lesson to appreciate my bathroom more. She has been a great psychologist for us in this trip.
Only 3 members of our group have reached the Dyatlov Pass, while others were worrying and waiting for them. Our snowmobiles broke several times and we got frostbites. So, does this mean that this is not a happy end story and not a success story? However, without all the struggles and failures that we faced, this journey wouldn't be that memorable. Maybe the key is accepting challenges. Maybe the key is not waiting when a snowstorm is over, but learning to live during a snowstorm.